Oh, and here we are. It is June. Welcome, everybody. Just taking care of the usual chores, of course, filling up this thing. Man, I'm amazed at how good the crops are looking. So we're like probably in the next month, I think, ready to harvest here. I don't know if the sunflowers will be ready, but that wheat's looking good. Wheat, of which we have three wheat fields, like small, the big one we just looked at, obviously, and then the couple small ones, and then a field of canola, I think, right? That's what we got. Those things are looking good. Anyways, yeah, just sort of doing the rounds here this morning, and we got a little bit of mowing ahead of us in a field that we have yet to mow, but we'll check that out in a second here. We just got to get the trailer loaded, clear the spawn point as usual, right? The nice thing about this time of year is we don't have to... Oh, this stuff just keeps spawning. We don't have to move this over and then eventually sell it. We can just sell it all now because the pricing's pretty good. That looks safe. Man, I just can't get over how good that wheat looks in the background. Let's latch that up. Perfect. All right, let's go pick up the mower, and man, you can see where I've nixed a little bit of the canola there. I know that laneway is too tight. But yeah, look at this grass field up here. So we haven't had a chance to mow this grass field yet, I don't think. Did we mow it early on? Maybe we did. I don't think we did. It's funny what this field up here has such a different. This field has such a different feel from the rest of the fields because it's up here in the woods. I'm kind of wishing that more of our fields were in the forest, because I do like the way this it's kind of an oddly shaped field, so it's really not the best for workers obviously, but this is not a very big one either, but those big fields that we have are great and they'll be very productive, but I do like how this is tucked into the trees. With that done, we're just popping down to the bakery / oil maker, I guess. If we ever figure out what that's called, I'll look it up, I swear. I know we had a couple pallets down here. It's got me thinking that seeing the production down here, we've got the sawmill and the spinnery. With the future cows, we're gonna have to obviously look at a bakery of some kind. Not a bakery, a dairy, right? I definitely see the benefits of these productions. So we'll have to figure something out. We'll have to definitely build that up where our farm is. I kind of want to maybe even we should put our own bakery in and stop bringing stuff down here to town, because there's really the only thing we should really be doing down in town maybe now is just selling, right? I don't know, or obviously picking things up that we purchase, but yeah, it's kind of a little disruptive every time we have to come down here and move stuff around. But I was checking the prices of this stuff, and I don't know. I think we may try to sit on this for a little bit rather than just sell it right away. Thankfully, we've got the loading dock over here. We can probably just stash the stuff in the loading dock until the prices kind of correct themselves, because we did see a bit of a dip. Look at this. Oh, don't tip. Please don't tip. But anyways, yeah, we'll get this done, and then we got a little bit of shopping to do while we're down here. It's time to add another piece of equipment. I can see that. Oh, okay, there we go. Nice and easy. That's better. All right, here we go. We're gonna add ourselves a tedder. Not too expensive, which is nice. Good working width. It's time to grab this and go make some hay out of that grass we just mowed. We have more than enough silage, obviously. With the upcoming harvest, we'll have straw. Now it's time to get some hay. Yeah, this should work nicely. Yeah, see what I mean? It's just kind of a nice feeling in here with the trees, the sun, the way Omatana's got this the lighting on this map set up. It's just a really nice nice spot up here. Well, once this is done, we should be able to grab that square baler that we bought in the last episode. Is that starting to rain? Well, I guess it's probably a good time for it. If we can pick this grass up before, or pick up all this hay before it rains, put it into bales and get it stashed away, maybe we'll be all right. Dang. I was really going to put my windrowing skills to the test to see if I can get this stuff done quick enough so we can get back out here with the baler before it rains hard. You probably don't want to bale wet hay, right? Thankfully, it's a farming simulator. All right, there we go. All right, we have the inaugural run of the Crone baler coming up. Throw these into some maybe 220 centimeter square bales would be good. Nice and easy to handle, and then we'll get them loaded up. And I don't know where we're gonna put them. We need a place to stash these things. Get them out of the rain. I don't think we're gonna be able to. let's get this thing put away. I didn't do the best parking job here by any means. Ugh, whatever. It's only just you guys and me around here, so no one's gonna judge me. So I gotta take this to town and get these things sold, but I don't think I'm gonna try to do it like this. Let's get these things straightened up first. I'm all for a little bit of danger and excitement in this game, but I also don't want to have to bring the Z-Door halfway to town just so I can pick up the trailer after dumping it, because really I could have just fixed it before we actually went to town. Nice and easy. All right. Perfect. Yeah, that stuff's not light. There we go. That's a smarter move. Perfect. All right, let's just cruise past the beautiful canola. I want to take a quick look here. Of course, once we buy a field, you start looking at the next one, and the one right in front of us here seems like a natural. It does go all the way back up to the trees on the left here, which is good, but then it also wraps a bit of the lake. So I think we may just take the opposite way here, the other side of the lake, if we swing over to the left up here and just take a quick look at what you actually get over here. If you look down at the mini map, this chunk of property actually goes quite a ways around the lake, almost like to halfway through the trees that are going to be up here on our right. But I can just, that looks like a nice place for a house too, right on the side of that water. The only thing is the sun sort of rises and sets behind us, I think. So you'd almost have to be down at this end of the lake, looking back up to get the sun in the morning coming up through the fields. I don't know, just a thought. We're not there yet. I mean, we're about to roll into harvest season, I think. We're gonna have we'll be pulling a lot of crops out anyways, then we'll have to decide what to do with it. Oh, I gotta pay attention where I'm going. I don't like to make any sudden moves, because usually if you overcorrect, that's when you end up upside down. But anyways, yeah, we're going to have a lot of crops, a lot of wheat, mostly a lot of wheat, obviously. We'll have some canola and sunflowers too coming off, but that's when you start to try to figure out what to do with all this stuff. There we go. Hang on. Oh my God. There we go. We'll get this sold, because we're going to need this trailer here so we can move those bales. At almost $8,000. Nothing wrong with that. We got some work to do now. We got to get those bales off the field. At least it stopped raining. All right, let's get the Z-Door up there. We're going to be putting this front loader to work here. Oh my gosh, you can just see on both sides I've destroyed some crop. But you know what? Maybe that crop was never supposed to be there in the first place, so I shouldn't lose any sleep over it. It was totally in the way. Or my road, well, obviously it's not the crop's fault. It's my fault for making that road too skinny. But so by my rough estimations, I should be able to fit every one of these bales onto that trailer. And then we just have to find a home for these bales. So yeah, this should be a bit of a project here, I think. Obviously, we're going to need to build another shed at some point here. We have I got to work on my aim first. We have the grass shed, or the shed where we've been putting the grass bales for the sheep. But, I mean, as our sheep operations, i.e. as their population grows, and, possibly in the future as we add sheep, there's nothing saying that we can't add a second sheep pen somewhere that to have more, then we're gonna need the grass. So I don't think jamming hay bales into that sheep pen is gonna be a smart idea. We're also gonna need to store straw bales here at some point, so we don't necessarily need to worry about silage bales because they are covered, so that's okay. But these sort of bales that have no protection, that's a different story. But yeah, it's quite springy, this trailer. When you get going, the back end wants to come up pretty bad, but it's handling them. These are the 220 centimeter bales. What's that say? 7,200 liters basically. Yeah, I don't know. Thankfully, this is where, you're thankful the field's not massive. Also thankful that there's, that it's relatively even, the terrain. So you're not having to load on a side hill or necessarily go up or down a hill. But it's not quick work by any means. But I'm thinking, I'm really looking at it thinking we can probably fit 3 long. Yeah, because those two seem like they fit, these two, and then we can probably fit another pair behind this one, and then we can probably jam a couple up the backside there, and we should have a dangerous load. Oh man, because I think if we go 3 high, what is that? 2, 4, 6. That'll be 18. I think we have about 20 bales on here, so I think the math works. We'll have to hire an expert to drive the tractor, though. The cool thing is, so I'm guilty of this all the time. I don't know whether it's a make work for me or what, but like, in reality, my guess is, so if I was going to take these bales and if I had them up in my field here and I was going to move them down, let's say I was going to, because I think right now we're going to put them in the grass area down by the we have those greenhouses next to the sheep pens, so there's some grass down there. I'm thinking we're probably going to park this there temporarily, and then we may just leave it on the trailer even, and then eventually we'll build that shed for them. But so if like in reality, I think you would do this, right? You would stack them all on a trailer. Even if your plan was to take them off in the grass down there, it would probably make the most sense to stack them in a trailer like this, and then drive the trailer down there and then unload them, versus taking 1, if not 2 bales at a time from up here and trying to move them down there. I don't know, this just seems a little bit more realistic, but it'd be really nice if we had some money. And I mean, the thing we use to pick up the round baler, I know there's a couple big ones they have for square bales, right? Don't they pick up like 22 bales or something like that? And you just cruise around and it just keeps picking them up and stacking them. That would be pretty sweet. But don't get me wrong, I do really enjoy. I like this tractor so much. I mean, it functions so well in situations like this. It's a little loud, but that's okay. We'll play around with the volume here just to make sure that it's not drowning me out. But it's such a good little tractor. I mean, we've really, look at the hours. Did we buy this? Anybody remember if we bought this thing brand new? We got 48. We have almost 50 hours on this thing. Unbelievable. That's pretty wild. I don't think I've ever put that many hours on a vehicle. I swear we got this thing brand new. Yeah, we did, didn't we? Because we traded in the Fiat that we started with. This is the 20th episode, guys, so a lot has happened, obviously, over 20 episodes. I mean, we're in, what are we, in year 2? We started March, year 1. So March would have been 1 full month. So the full month of March here would have been the first full month of this year. So March, April, May, and now we're into the 4th. So we're over like a year and a quarter already into our lives here in Hinterland. A lot happened early on that I don't remember. Actually, it's funny making content like this. People are finding the series, for example, or now that I have actually three specific series running on this channel, and I'm making a concerted effort to post videos this month. I mean, this was recorded a little while ago. I'm actually just getting the edit done now in February of 2024. But so I have these 3 series running. Oh man, come on. Pay attention to what I'm doing there. I have these 3 series running, and I'm trying to post a volume of videos. And oh yeah, there you go. That's a smart idea. What the heck? There's certain things okay, let's do it the right way. There's certain things you do, and then afterwards you curse yourself for doing them that way. But anyways, yeah. So I have people commenting, and I have to go back and check sometimes because I honestly don't remember what they're commenting on. So someone will say something about, oh, you should try to do this thing, and then I got to figure out what series it's from, and then I need to figure out what episode they're watching, because Sometimes it's tempting to say, they'll make a comment and then I'll go to respond thinking they're talking about one thing, but then I realize, no, there's still like 2 or 3 episodes before the thing I'm thinking about even happens. So I got to make sure I don't try to spoil things. Not that it really matters. It's not like this is Netflix or something, but I'm trying not to spoil things for people when they're watching the series. And I really got to make sure that I'm responding to the right thing. So I find that challenging, and I've pretty much made an effort. I don't think I've missed anything, but I'm trying to make an effort to make sure I respond to every single comment, which has been fun, man. I really enjoy. I'm amazed that people take the time to actually comment, which is amazing, and I'm really enjoying the sort of quasi conversation that we're having on these episodes. But yeah, it is hard to keep track of what people are commenting on. So if you ever make a comment and I respond with something completely bizarre, well, just know that I'm probably exhausted, overworked, and underpaid, and I thought you were talking about. You may be making a comment on Hinterland and I'm responding about the grass on Valley Springs, and you're reading that saying, what's wrong with this guy? Well, you know what? We have another series going. That's probably what that is. Yep, this is about to happen. We're going 4 high, folks. And I'm stacking on the far side of the trailer. This is some serious farming simulator entertainment happening for you right now. The bales are so wide I can't even get the straps on. There you go. Let's do it this way. Yeah, this looks like an accident waiting to happen, but that's the best. I love it. My hope is to keep going. Well, I don't know how long this series would go. I think we're nowhere near done with it though, because we have. Actually, what I'm looking forward to, I did sort of record ahead in a lot of ways, and a lot of it's just raw footage, raw gameplay, and then I'm going back in afterwards and making the cuts and really kind of filling in blanks and talking about what's happening and stuff. But I'm looking forward to the time when I get back to being able to being sort of in live gameplay. I think that's going to be interesting. I actually wonder if this may be a good map at some point to try to live stream. I've been watching, I watch a lot of live streams. I really, you've heard me say a million times, and you can see by the fact that my episodes can be an hour long. I like longer content, and a number of you have agreed and said you like it as well. I mean, the average viewer on my channel goes, the videos are watched on average to about 21 minutes, which I think in the world of short attention spans we live in is probably pretty good. So I thank you for sticking it out that far. That's pretty good. But and I know there's a number of you guys that'll just watch right to the end, which is really cool. I will often throw videos on while I'm working or doing something or whatever, and especially when the kids are the kids spend 1 week here, 1 week at their mom. So when they're there, the house can be a little bit quiet. So I'll just throw nonstop video content on, and then while I'm getting stuff done. So, how's my aim there? But yeah, I think this map kind of lends itself. I guess any map lends itself nicely to a live stream. Actually, I like. So we've got the Comland 200 horsepower challenge going on right now, which I've been posting episodes. When you see this, it will be into episode like 4 or 5, maybe. I think, I don't even know. But one of the guys, Rusty Money Gaming, has been live streaming episodes. I thought was kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. It takes it takes. Well, you gotta know how to do it, right? Because you need to be able to get your settings right so the live stream isn't it doesn't look like garbage, and he does a great job at that. Get your audio right. So his live streams are great. I gotta maybe hit him up and figure out how he's live streaming. But and then like I don't think I have 2 or 3 hours worth of stuff to talk about, and I'm not sure that people could ask me questions enough on the live stream that I'd have answers to 2 or 2.5 hours worth of stuff. So I guess we'd have to just see how that went. I imagine it's like anything. Like when I first started making videos, I had a hard time. Well, I had a hard time playing and speaking and thinking, and you know, I would often say something and it still happens to me now actually, but I'd say something and then have no clue what I was even talking about, because I'd say something and then pause while I was trying to, for example, up here, put these bales up, and then I'd have no idea what I was even talking about. So that was really, really hard. I think I'm getting a little bit better at being able to do multiple things at the same time, but I'm still not great at it. But yeah, the live stream thing, I mean, when the guys and girls can stream and maintain the chat, like how the heck do you do that? Where you're actually reading the chat and playing. The king of that, not anything to do with Farming Simulator or gaming even, but there's a guy named Harry Mack, who is a freestyle rapper, and even if you're not into rap, you've got to look up Harry Mack, and then go look up his what are called Wordplay Wednesdays, where he basically goes live streams. People throw out concepts and words for him to freestyle to, and he just goes off. He just goes off for like 2 or 3 hours or whatever it is, and he's amazing. He'll maintain the chat. He'll watch that. He'll like you gotta see it anyways. But that's the king of multitasking live streams. His brain is on a whole different level. But yeah, I think a live stream would be so I can see the appeal. I don't want to say it because there's still some potential trouble ahead, but oh wait. Hold on, I'm not saying anything. Oh, come on. Let's go. There we go. I was just about to say, man, this is going off without a hitch here, but then that last bale made me a little bit nervous. So what do we got? One more bale here, I think, somewhere, right? One more bale or 2 more bales? I think we have the one lone soldier over here. I'll take quick pan around just to make sure I'm not missing something. I'm going to now might not be for a little bit because, like I said, I do have some pre-recorded stuff, but I did get a mod from one of the guys doing the 200 horsepower challenge. Gaming Joy is his channel, and so he's got some. He makes mods, and one of the ones is the windrow that I'm using on here. He's gone and sent me one that I can change the colors and stuff on. Super cool of him. I mean, I think that's so cool. But anyway, so I'm gonna probably swap this thing out at some point here, and the one we use, the blue one or whatever, and we'll swap it out for some custom colors or something. But that's for future episodes, because I am a little bit in the future here. I might even be into like, I think I'm recorded into like January of this year. So not too bad. We got a couple big harvest episodes coming up, and then some other stuff. But yeah, anyways, it looks like we got it all loaded there, and it's on. So now we'll get this down to the where I want to store it, like I said. All right, I want to go nice and easy through here. Man, I just love the way those crops look. I can't wait to harvest that stuff, man. I'm excited. I feel like we've worked really hard to get to this point. I can't remember. What did we have? We had something planted on the other side of the sunflowers there, too. I don't think we've harvested that field yet, have we? Oh, okay, easy. No problem. If this was my farm in real life, this is exactly how I would move hay bales around. Load them up as high as possible. Put them on the skinniest trailer. Now I'd use older ratchet straps. My straps would be older than that, so just, you know, to introduce the possibility of snapping. Well, the sheep are going to go nuts. They're going to be looking at this saying, what are you giving us this crappy grass for? Give us that. And make sure I don't park that too close to the fence, otherwise they're going to be trying to eat it through the fence. All right, looking good. This trailer has a lot of straps. Oh my god. How many farmers a year end up dying under a stack of hay bales that fall over? I wish I hadn't have done this. But so first of all, fence is insanely expensive. I did want to really make sure that I had a fence in here, so the cows weren't just wandering all over the place. I know they can only wander around in the blue area, but So here's my first mistake. If you can see what it is, and I don't think I corrected in this episode. So why don't you tell me in the comments what my mistake was when I was putting this fence in? Despite the fact that I probably couldn't afford to put the fence in, because at almost $8,000 a side, or sorry, $7,700 for the back and probably $5 or $6 grand for each side, I couldn't even really afford a fence right now, let alone do what I did. So you tell me in the comments where I made a mistake here. And bonus points if you can tell me the 2 mistakes that I made. Look, I'm down to 10 grand now. There. I pretty much just spent all my money on that fence. I don't even have any cows. I kind of wish I didn't do that, but anyways. Obviously, I love the way it looks, and I will always put a fence around these type of enclosures. They're not called enclosures, are they? Pens or whatever. And I gotta find a gate. But yeah, there's a huge mistake that I made in there. In future, I would love it if fences and gates were separate, because it's not always clear what's a gate and what's not. Yeah, you'll probably, I think you'll have seen this already, but I put a gate in, a fence and gate into Comlands, and I couldn't even find I couldn't find the gate that went with the fence that I chose. So I just went with something else, and it doesn't even necessarily fit. All right, so for the rest of the day, I think we got to drum some money here. We got a few dollars we're going to have to spend in the near future. We have obviously a harvester with no header, so we're going to need to get something there. We're actually going to have to get a couple, I guess, really, because we now have all the grain, and we have, well, eventually we'll put corn in, but we have sunflowers in right now, so we're going to need to be able to afford to harvest both types of crops, I guess. So what better way to do that than to go to the forest, aka the bank machine? And I'm constantly amazed by how, I mean, it's all about picking the right equipment, right? Like this loader and these arms and the forks have been great on this. Like I can be, I could be as precise as I possibly want. Not that I've got the ability to, but we managed to load a lot of logs with just these forks. If you're gonna see here as I'm walking around with the chainsaw quite a bit. It's not just because I want to, be ready for anything and have it out, but I was running into a conflict with, I want to say it's Lumberjack and one of the super strength type mods, or a super person, and basically as I'd be walking around. When the conflict would kick in, everything would just start spinning out of control, like literally spinning. So I did some reading and I found out that the Lumberjack mod was conflicting with, I don't know whether it was like the Power Tools mod or something that gave me the ability to have super strength and all that stuff. So anyways, that was having a conflict and it was driving me crazy. So the only fix at this time that I could find was to walk around with the chainsaw out, because then it wouldn't spin. Later on, I found out about that conflict and was able to turn those other mods off and just leave the Lumberjack mod on. All right, let's see what we got here. We gotta make some money. Perfect. We'll take it. Back for more. Gotta fight it a little bit sometimes. Get in there. Alright, then we head down the roller coaster. Double waves right there, and then we hit the grass with the waves. This load doesn't look like it's quite as big. Yeah, totally. Yeah, quite a bit less. Quite a bit less. All right, so let's wake up in the next month. Get a couple chores done. Another beautiful morning, that's for sure. So we're gonna stash this stuff here right now. We are going to be selling produce, eggs and these tomatoes and lettuce at some point, so I just want to stack them all nice and close. Get the egg pallets all tidied up. Still think it's hilarious that we store all this outside. All right, we're gonna need this trailer. I probably at this point could have just bought another trailer, but we might as well get these bales off. I find like one of the most satisfying things in this game is literally this, moving bales around. I for the first time in if you're watching the Comland series, actually for the first time, actually even Valley Springs, I've opted to wait a minute, Comland's I got a baler? I don't remember, but I know I'm dealing with a lot more loose product than bales, and some of that's just out of necessity, and in that Comlands I don't have, we're limited to 200 horsepower, and so I figure maybe if we just get a nice beefy forage wagon, which eventually shows up after dealing with the base one, that might be the best way to go. I don't know what prompted me on Valley Springs to go that route, but yeah, sometimes it's nice to stay away from bales and just go with the loose stuff. But yeah, I do find this this bale stacking, removing pretty satisfying. All right, while we are unloading the trailer, we should be throwing. So we don't have a feed mixer yet, although we did see a pretty sweet deal there in the used market. We'll put something in here anyway, so we can get some cows going, and they'll have something to eat, and then we'll probably pick up that feed mixer, but we're gonna have to generate a couple bucks here first. So that's good. Let's dump this here. Yeah. See that? $21,000 feed mixer. I know I just flashed on the screen there quickly, but let's make that ours, okay? So with some beautiful hay to munch on, our future cows are going to need something to drink also. Kind of weird if they drank milk. Anyways, we'll dump 10,000 liters in there. I love the way this looks. It's going to look so much better once there's cows in there too. Anybody figure out what the mistake that I made was? Don't worry, you'll see it soon. All right, let's buy some cows. Probably in hindsight, wouldn't have bought calves right away. Otherwise, probably would have bought some more productive cows. But anyways. Do you see the mistake now? I cut the field in half when I put the fence in there. The blue outline of the field disappeared when the elevation, like with the elevation. So basically, had the ground been flat, I would have seen the giant blue area. But in this case, I couldn't see it. So now that I'm trying to delete this fence, there's a part of the middle here which won't allow me to delete it without deleting the entire cow pasture. So I want to say that end was like $7,000. What a pain in the butt that was. Anyways, we'll get that fixed. Now it's time to make some money. So with that trailer unloaded, we can now reload it with sellables. Here I go, tempting fate again. I don't even remember if this is possible. Yeah. It's kind of what I was thinking. That's more like it. All right, let's get this other pallet up there. We're still in decent selling season, selling prices for these wood products, so it's good. But at some point, we'll have to just start storing them again. We got to do a little bit better the next time than just putting them all in a pile there. I think we'll have to find somewhere else to put them. I don't think you would just leave them in a pile like that in real life, because over the summer they would, over the winter they'd get wet and they would, they would warp and it would just be rotted wood and everything. So if you were storing it, you'd really want to put it inside. I don't think we have to go so far as to put up a warehouse, but maybe just another shed at some point. So we'll sell a little bit of everything once we get down to the store there. Still looking for that header. All right, next up, before we go and grab all the produce, which we'll bring down to the sell point, we will throw some more food in here for our little wool producers. These guys never stop eating. I did throw some bales in there earlier off camera, but we'll get them topped up here. Might as well grab this half pallet here. Should give me about 1,500 liters we can go put into the spinnery. The spinnery, which is inhabited and employs snails, apparently, because it takes so long to turn any of the... Whoa, see that guy jump? It just takes so long to turn anything into fabric. Alright, now we'll get all the, well, I would call them the perishables, but this is farming simulator, so you can store these things out when it's 20 degrees in the middle of June and you have no problem. So we'll load up the chicken eggs first from our useless chickens. Now we're onto the duck eggs. Look at these guys. The ducks are champs. They spit out eggs non-stop. Alright, we'll get these down to the store here. This is funny, we was heading down there, so we got about $27,800 right now, so if you keep track of that. Oh yeah, look at the canola. You'll be mine soon, canola. Yeah, keep track of that because in my excitement, if you recall, we saw an opportunity down in the store. There you go. Poof. Forgot to record the full selling and subsequent purchase of the next piece of equipment, which is right here. So, I mean, we're still about $9,000 up, but we have, I think this was like $20,000 in the sale. So, I mean, we did make a good amount of money selling the eggs and fabric and the wood products and that, which has enabled us to buy this this foreskin mixer. Oof, the cows are going to be happy with this. We just need our silage to fully ferment, and then we can cook them up a good batch. These cows are going to be happy that they came to our farm. Anyways, we're going to close out the day here. A pretty productive June, I think, by putting some, just getting this stuff onto the trailer, and then that should just about be it. But yeah, so I mentioned it feels like we've worked really hard to get to this point. I think we've managed to accomplish a lot, really, if you think about it. I mean, it's been about a year and a bit. March, April, May, June, about a year and a quarter. And we've got some good fields in, crops are growing. You know, the sheep are thriving. We've now started to add cows. I don't know that I was necessarily looking for the trifecta of animals in bird, cow, and sheep, but that is how things have sort of evolved here. And I knew that I didn't want to just do forestry, so this kind of makes sense. Man, now we, no matter where we drive, we have a great view, right? Like you literally look in any direction. I mean, not like the views on this map were bad, but at 97%, we are close. Some of these are probably at 100% now. But yeah, there's no bad views on this farm. So now when we roll into the month of July, we'll be able to, you know, jam the cows full of a mix. Hopefully they're through those 4 bales I gave them. Hopefully they're through that in time. And anyways, we may wake up. Is it possible in July? It could be harvest season. I can't remember what month we get to harvest in, but I think we're gonna find some good times ahead here. We gotta hope. I'm waiting till the very last second to buy a header, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, anyways, I like I always say, I really appreciate all the feedback, the comments, and the questions. Keep them coming, and I'm glad you're enjoying this series as much as I am. This is season 20, so let's keep it going. Thanks so much. See ya.